Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Leela Web Dev. I hope you are having a great day and enjoying my Angular development tutorials. Today we will dive into another important concept, that is nothing but constraint layout, which we need to discuss it. So we have left it in our previous video. We have learned about the linear layout, relative layout, table layout, these all things we have learned it. But we have left the constraint layout. So in this video we will learn, this entire video is all about the constraint layout. So stick around. By the end of this, you will know how to make your apps look pretty perfect on any screen size. Let's jump right in. So first of all, a quick background. Constraint Layout came out with Android 2.3.0. It is basically an advanced version of the old relative layout. Remember the relative layout, right? In our previous video, we have did it. That's where the components position themselves based on each other's location. Like put this button to the right of that button, something like that. Here is the problem. Relative layout had issues with different screen sizes. Your app might look great in one phone, but get all messed up on a bigger tablet or a smaller screen. Performance are also not that much of great either for responsive designs. That's why Google has created the constraint layout. It solves all those headaches. In constraint layout, your components position themselves not just relative to each other but also to the screen edges. This gives you crazy flexibility so you never thought of before. So no more screen size nightmares, those all things. So now, quick note, you need to understand that constraint layout is the main layout in the Android Studio 3.0 or higher. So check your version at the start of any project. That's why we always talk about the versioning early on. So fine, let's get on to this one. So here you will be able to see, here the main layout is there, right? Okay. So this is our constraint layout. So normally by default it will be a constraint layout only. Let's try to check it here. So this is a constraint layout. Now what I would be trying to do it is, so let's try to remove this one all. Yeah. So now if you go into this constraint layout, yeah, here. So let's try to add one button. Okay, I have added one button and here you will be able to see one button. So I will be trying to drag this one to move here. So what will happen here? So we have added a simple button to the design area and we have dragged that button. So now what will happen? When you add any component, you have to give it constraints. Without them, it always defaults to the top left corner. So here you'll be able to see a red colors missing constraints in the constraint layout. Click the badge for detail. So here this view is not constrained. So now it has only design time positions. So it will be jumping to the 0 to 0 at the runtime. So it is telling that it will be at the 0, x-axis 0, y-axis 0. So if you try to run in an emulator, if you try to check it in an emulator, then you will be able to observe clearly. So then we will try to see it, where it will come. Okay. So I will run the app now. Let the, so if you try to see, the button directly jumps straight to the 0, 0. That's because I didn't define any constraints. Let's try to see it. So now let's see, it will take some time depending on your system. So here it is launching. Okay. So here the app is learning, but here you'll be able to see the button is showing at the top. Okay, but here we have designed it at the center. Why? Because I didn't define any constraints. So now how do you actually define the constraints, right? Let's fix this constraints thing. In constraint layout, every item needs at least two constraints. One is horizontally how it is located, and also another one is that is nothing but left or right horizontally, and another is vertically, so either top or bottom. So where you need to, so at least two constraints you need to give. It's so just you click on the left side button. Okay, so you can click on the left side and drag a line to the left edge. That's it. So now here you locked it horizontally. So now now you can do the same for the top edge. So you can go like this and you can do it, and now you have locked it vertically also. So now you can also use the attributes panel. So for example, let's say that here you can use the attributes panel, and in this one constraints you'll be able to see here constraints. Now so here the constraint layout widget section is there. To add a vertical constraints, so click the plus icon. So here you can able to click the plus icon, then you can able to add this one. So if you click on the close, so it will be gone. Now what you can do it is, I can drag the button anywhere. So here I can drag the button to anywhere. To add a vertical constraint, click the place. So sorry. So wherever you want it, you can drag it. Now here you'll be able to see 140 dp is there from the edges, and also 344 is there from the edges. You can see those exact values in the attributes. Now if I try to run this one again, so what will happen? Let's try to see it. So I am running this one again. Let's see what will happen. So here if I try, see now the button is in the at the position, so which we have mentioned it. Fine. So now if you want to edit them manually also, so you can edit them, so it's not a problem. So if you want to add it something like 200 here and also 100 here, means then also you can able to do it, it's not a problem. So now you are able to adjust this one, so it lands exactly where we have said it. Centering the button is also very much easy. So you can right click the button and pick center horizontally. So you can right click here and you can click center horizontally. Now this button has been centered horizontally. And if you want to make it center vertically, means so just you can give the things. So here you'll be able to see, so it is saying that hardcode. Okay, so this one is common. So now here let's try to remove this one all. Okay, so that you can able to understand. So now here center horizontally. Now this one has been centered horizontally, but here again it is coming that you have vertically you haven't told. So now it will be at the 0 position. So if I try to run this one, if I click on this, so if you try to see the output for this one, see the button is in horizontally centered, but vertical it is not centered. So what you can do here, you can make the center vertically. Now let's try to run this one again. So how it will look like, let's see. So now you will be able to see the button is vertically centered. So now you are able to handle this one, right? So if you have only horizontal constraints, Android Studio wants you see, so you can able to see this yellow or red triangle and all those things you can able to see it, right? Now let's try to delete the constraints. Okay, so how we can delete the constraints for this one? Select the line in the editor and hit the delete on your keyboard. So here this line I can select it and you can delete it, and here this line I can select it and you can delete it. Sorry, I deleted it or what? You can delete it. Now the constraints has been gone. So wherever you want to place it, here you can place it. And this constraints also, if you want to remove it, so here you can remove the constraints. Constraints has been, oh sorry, this is the constraint. So this one, here we have deleted the constraints. Or otherwise, if you want to delete the constraint, means in attributes you will be able to see it here and here in the constraint section. So here you will be able to see all the constraints I have added it, right? If you want to delete it, means here you can delete the constraints wherever you want it. So this also you can do it. Okay, and if you are having a constraints, means again another way how you can delete the constraints is you can go to the XML view and the code, if you want to do it, you can delete this way also. Okay, so like that also you can do it. So now let's try to add the constraints to all the 4 sides. So I can still drag it around. So here what I would be trying to do it is, so now, so you are for example, so I have added all the 4 places, this one, right? So it's logged in. So it's locked in. I can still drag it around freely. Oh sorry. So here let's try to add the constraints. Okay, so here I will be adding the constraints, and here also I will be adding the constraints, and here also I will be adding the constraints, and here also I will be adding the constraints. Sorry, I haven't added the constraint. Okay, and now here still also you can able to move the button wherever you want. You can move the button. So see, now you can see what you can able to see. You can able to see all the 4 icons, you are able to see it, right? All the 4 constraints you are able to see it, right? Now what I want to do it is, here I want to delete all the 4 constraints at a time, means so here you'll be able to see a chain icon, right? You can click on this one, delete all the constraints, you can able to delete it. This is one thing. Now what I want to do it is, I will try to add a text view for this one. Here I will add a text view to this one. Okay, So now I have dragged the constraints. So now here, what I want to do is I have added the text weight. Now I will be constraining the button, but not this text unit. So here, what I will be trying to do is, so here this one I will try to add it here wherever it is there. I will try to add it here. Okay. So now here this button, hey, what is this? It's not, okay, fine. I have constrained this button. Let's try to see what will happen. So if I try to check the output for this one, so the text area is something like that, and you'll be able to see the text area is at the top left, whereas the button it is there here only. Okay, why? Because you haven't mentioned anything to this one, to the text view, the constraint, so that's why it is at the 0 0. So now you can constrain to other components too. So here you can delete these all the things, and here you can do the constraint to this one. Now the text wherever you are trying to move it here, the button and all those things will follow. So here if I try to remove these constraints, I will try to delete the constraints. Okay, so here this side and this side I will try to remove it, and here if I try to move wherever I want it, so here I will constrain to this one, yeah, and this one I will move it at the top. Fine. So here wherever I try to move this text view, automatically these constraints will follow. So if I try to add it here, see the 92 it is following. Now if I try to run this one, you will be able to see this one. You'll be able to see the button. So the text view is like this. So now here if I try to remove this here again, and let's try to, so here the constraint is there, right? So here like this. So now here the constraints is there like this. Let's try to see. Let's try to, I will add this constraint to this one. Let's see what will happen. I don't know how the output will look like. Let's see. See the constraint. Okay, horizontally it is not constrained, so the button is there, and the vertically it is constrained. So home the button where it is there exactly 92 dp, the button will stay. So you can also maintain the what I want is horizontal thing to this one. So here if you try to do it, and here, oh sorry, here you can add it like this. That's it. So now here if I want, oh sorry, if I try to run this one, so now this button is horizontally and vertically constrained to each other. So here you will be able to see, so wherever I try to move the button, so it will stay like that only. So here I will try to remove, yeah. So now here I will try to move this button. So wherever I try to move this button, so the text view is also following. So if I try to keep it at the bottom, and if I try to run it, the text view and the button both are at the same places. Okay, see here, this is how you will be able to see. So that is what I want to show you. So speaking of the screens, so let's test this one in different things. So here what I would be trying to do it is, so if you want to check it in the other things like tablets, so if you try to see here, the screen will be same position. So wherever you are thinking, the same position the button and this one will look like. So this is all what I want to say, it is the constraint layout. Okay, so now if you want to delete all the constraints at a time, so what I can do it is, so here you can click on this one, so all the constraints will be deleted. Now for example, let's say that here this is there and this is like this there, so these both the components are not having the constraints. So then what I need to do, so if I want to apply the constraints, so just you can click on this magic symbol here, you are having it, right? So let's try to click on this infer constraints. Automatically the constraints will be added to this one. So whatever the button is there, so it will have it like this only. So here you'll be able to see, and the button it will move wherever it want, it can move it. This is what I want to tell you. So that's it guys about this constraint layout. So we'll try to use these layouts and all those things, the constraint layout, more and more in this series. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.